second acts you point out with companies are hard to do. Apple, can it reinvent itself?
It certainly reinvented itself with Steve Jobs. I mean, Steve did a brilliant job.
You made some comments the other day which said they've got to prove they can do it again.
I think that the current management, Tim Cook, has done an exceptional job of leadership, of continuing the legacy that Steve left on the products that Steve created.
But it's really ramping up what was
But if
there.
you say, who in Silicon Valley is willing to go out and take the big risks, change the game, you see people like Amazon and Google, Facebook, are willing to take big risks to go into entirely new industries than they were in before. So the question is, does Apple have that in its DNA, in its leadership, even an interest to take the big risks, since it's an incredible cash machine? And by the way, there's no indication that the Apple cash machine is anywhere near to slowing down. I mean, they have quite a few more years just continuing the momentum and running well what they're already doing. The question is there anything on the horizon? I'm not convinced yet that the Apple Watch is one of those items. Maybe I'll be totally wrong, but it isn't clear to me that it's as big an idea as an iPhone or an iPad or an iPod. On the other hand, I'm very impressed with the Apple Pay, and I think Apple Pay can be a fundamental creative leap into a whole new.
Look what Alipay is doing.
Look what Alipay is doing. So I'm very optimistic about Apple Pay, but realistically, even when you're an optimist, realistically, it's going to take several years to deploy that around the world, and no retailer wants to bet 100% of their future just on Apple that has, a relatively small market share. So my sense is that Apple is the one who's going to define the game. It may well be the creative leap that people hope they find. Everything looks very positive so far. But on the other hand, it's several years to be deployed, and it's not clear that the retailers are going to bet only on one company.